How's it going, guys? My name is Eclipse, and in today's video I'm going to be bringing you a TSM Myth thumbnail tutorial. Alright, so this is an example of the thumbnail we're going to be making today, and the first thing you simply want to do, obviously, is you want to bring up a background image. So I'm going to open this as I have one saved. This is an image from a game I played quite a while ago, to be honest. But we're going to use this as our image. We're going to copy this into this design here, and this will be the start of our thumbnail. So we're just going to group these together. We'll call this background, and then we're going to hit Control G again to group it, and this will just simply be thumbnail, and this will be our thumbnail design, right? So in background, what you want to do is first, because we want to darken this image because we don't want it to be so bright, so we're going to change the color to black. Make sure our hardness is on 100% and bring up the brush size. And we're just going to simply paint the background in black like that. And we're going to come down to our image, go to opacity, and we're going to hit it at about 75%. And as you can see, it makes it darker. If I undo and redo it, you can see that on 75% it's a bit darker than it was before. So that's looking good. So what we're simply going to do now is add a glow to the top. As you can see, we have this blue glow on the top and bottom. So simply going to grab this color here. If you want to know the exact color I'm using, it's 00BFBF. And so we're going to make a brush size of around about 400. I'm going to hold shift, make sure we create a new layer, but then we'll hold shift, true, okay, we've got to make sure the hardness is on 0%, and we'll bring the size up to, like I said, 400. Okay, so we're just going to hold shift and drag to make a straight line with the brush. We're going to do the same on the bottom, and as you can see, this looks good for the background. What we're going to do is put it on screen and reduce the opacity to maybe 75%. Now that's looking pretty good for the glow. You can see it's kind of coming along, and so that will be it for the background. The next thing I'm going to do, just to spice up the background a little bit, is add some lighting. So for this, first we're going to add like a vignette kind of shadow on the sides. So you're going to zoom out a bit, and we're going to hit hold shift again on the new layer to make a straight line down the edge, and do the same on this side, like so. And once we've done that, we can simply reduce the opacity to maybe, we just bring it down, we put it on maybe 25%. Looks pretty good. As you can see, if you hide and remove it, just kind of dims the edges of it. Just makes it look a little bit better. So we're going to name this group lighting, and now we're going to do another lighting layer, and we're going to do like a glow effect at the top, like a highlight. So we're going to make the brush a little bit bigger, and then we're going to zoom out, and I'm going to kind of put it for like maybe a quarter of the brush on the top, and do this like so. So we have a glow at the top like that. And I'm going to bring the opacity down of this as well, put it on maybe 50%, and that looks good. Now the last layer we're going to put in the lighting is a kind of like a glow effect. So what we're going to do is we're going to highlight some of the interesting parts of this image, right, with our white brush. So we're going to do one here, maybe one on the head, one on the number one, maybe one on like the player's left and the name. We might do one more on the health, right? And then from here we're going to hit it on overlay, and and that's pretty good. We might lower the opacity just a little bit to maybe 75%, and that should be good. So as you can see, it kind of just highlights a couple areas, makes it a little interesting and not so plain and boring. So that's looking good for our lighting layer. We're gonna make sure we save it so we're not losing our progress. It's always important that you save, like often, so that you don't lose your progress, right? So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add our text to the design. So we're gonna come in here, and you can see this is the font we're gonna be using. It's called Burbank Big Condensed. And I will leave a download link to the images I use, so the kill icon, and a download link for this font in the description, as well as a PSD of this thumbnail if you don't want to create it yourself and you just use a template for it. I will leave that in the description, so make sure you check that out. But we're just gonna add the text now, so I'm gonna just put it right here like this, and just say for this one we'll type in just say we'll do 18, because I'm pretty sure this is one of his latest videos. So do 18 kill on the first layer, then we'll duplicate that, come down, 18 kill solo squad. Go down again. Victory. So of course you can put in whatever you want. You don't have to do 3 layers, of course, of text, but I'm gonna do 3 layers just because this. I think it looks good with the 3 layers. So we're gonna make them together. We'll make sure that they're equally spaced. I just do it simply like this, and this is pretty good. So we're gonna open up this panel here, this character panel, and we'll just make sure that everything's right. So I want it on italic. Make sure the VA is at 0. Everything like that. Text is looking good, and now we just have to add the effects. So I have these 2 effects here that I'll also leave in the description below as a download, that you can download these 2 layer styles and simply save them. So I'm going to apply the blue one to the top and the bottom text, and then the white one to the middle text, like so. So you have like a bit of a difference, I suppose, so that's not all the same, right? So we're gonna bring this down a little bit to maybe here. We want this at the top, like that. And we'll bring this like this, and the victory, we'll just bring this up as well. So this is looking good. Once again, I'll leave these layer styles in the description for you to download. So definitely check that out. So this is looking pretty good. From here, we're gonna make sure we select all these layers and group them. Call this the text layer. And from here, we're gonna hit Control T. We're going to increase the size quite a bit, and we're going to hit Control and Shift and drag it up a little bit so that we get this like angled look, right? We'll do this, and as you can see, that's looking pretty good. If you see the example layer, it's looking pretty similar at this point, looking pretty good. We might make it slightly bigger, maybe about like this, and we'll also maybe put it on a bit more of an angle, so we'll do this as well. So now what we want to do is hit Control A to select the whole thing, and we'll make sure that it's centered, like so. And now that it's centered, it's looking pretty good. Yeah, this is looking right. Now let me just, give me a second. Yeah, okay, this is what I thought. The lighting layer's off. So now, this is what we have so far, the text, the lighting in the background. And it's looking pretty good so far. So now what I want to do is add like the kill icon in this side. So we're gonna open up. This is the kill icon. Like I said, this will be in the description as well for you to download. So we'll bring this up. We're gonna bring this above our text layer because we want this at the top. We're gonna reduce the size a little bit to maybe about like this, and we're gonna simply make some new text, put it on, and we'll type in 18, right? Because this is like representing the kills that we got. So we go here. We're gonna add this white layer style to it, and then we'll increase the size of this a little bit and decrease the size of this, of the kill icon. So we have this like this, and then we'll space it out right, and so we'll group this together as kills. Hit Control T and move it up to the corner, and from here this is looking pretty good. I might just reduce the size a little bit to something like this, and we'll duplicate it and bring it over here. Control T again and rotate it like so. This is something like that, looks pretty good. So of course you can play around with it. Obviously this looks a bit different, but something along these lines is looking good. So we'll group these two kills icons together. We'll just call this kills, and this is looking pretty good. So now, as you can see, this obviously looks a whole lot better than this one does. And to get that effect, we're gonna add some CCs. So just gonna save it, and we're gonna open up my CC pack. So if I just find this, where is it? Here it is, the CC pack. So we're gonna open up this, and this is free to download on my channel. If you don't have this already, I definitely encourage you to check this out. It has 25 CCs, I believe, in it that are free to use and free to download. So you definitely want to check this out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna simply get this color corrections, drag them onto this thumbnail design, and using the example image, we'll line them up. Now we can delete the example image and ungroup these layers. So now we're kind of simply just gonna go through. We're gonna look at what CCs look the best, and we'll choose the ones that we think look good. So this one could be good. 2, 3 could be alright. 4. Okay, so 4 looks really good. And this is like what it really is. I'm just gonna go through, kind of look at them all. So I like 4, so just remember that we're gonna use number 4. And then I like this one as well, number 10, so we'll just remember 4 and 10. And then we'll just keep going through, and I like 12 as well. 12, 4, 10, 12, and 13. So we'll get those 4 for now. So we can delete all the other ones. And so we have these 4 CCs. So I like this one at the top. We'll just call this CC1. It's looking good how it is. And this one, we probably put below the text, I think, like so. And we will reduce the opacity of it. So we're just kind of blending them in right now. Make this 25%. And if we like toggle it on and off, we can see what it looks like. I might put this below the lighting, perhaps. I don't know. I don't like what it does to the blue glow. So I might reduce the opacity of this to 15%. And I think that looks good. So as you can see with the CC on and off, it looks a lot better. Call this CC2. And now we're just going to try the other CCs. So this one has an interesting effect on it. I don't know if I like it. I like the effect it has on the text. But for the background, I don't know if it looks that good. I might try this below. Call this CC3. We'll just hide this one for now. But something like this looks pretty good. We might reduce the opacity to 50%. And this is looking pretty good. I think it adds a little blue glow to it that I really like. So we actually might delete this one. We don't need that anymore. We'll call this CC2. And we'll have a look at this last one, which gives it like a glow. And as you can see, if we put it above that one, it probably looks a little bit worse. So I might bring it back down. Maybe reduce the opacity a bit to maybe 15. We want this pretty low. And let's just look at that on and off. And as you can see, I think it looks better with it on. So I'm going to have it on like that. So this is looking pretty good, how we have it. Now that I'm looking at it though, I might just reduce the size of the text here. And I also might just remove the italics on it. So it's looking something like that. We'll do the same with this one. I think this will look slightly better how it is. So we'll put it about like that and remove the italics. Alright, that looks a lot better how it is. So now that we have our design, we've added our CCs, we've added our lighting and our text. This is looking pretty good. So we're gonna close the group and hit duplicate and Control E to merge it. We'll still keep this group, but then we're gonna hit Control J again. Now we're gonna add some final effects to our design once we have this thumbnail. So first effect, what you want to do is go up to filter, go into blur and Gaussian blur, and about 3 pixels is right. So you want to go to eraser now. Make sure you're on your first one. So as you can see, this one's blurred and this one isn't. We're going to make sure the eraser is on 0%. And we're going to increase the size a bit. Now what you want to do is erase the important parts of the image. Mostly just clicking, like if you drag, it gives like it looks alright, but like I reckon clicking looks better and gives it a better effect. Now you want to obviously erase the parts of the text. You can keep the text partly blurred if you want to. Sometimes it can look cool, but not always, and you just want to kind of keep that in mind for your design. Then we're also going to erase some parts of the background that look good. So especially the stuff that you've put the glow on before, right? So we come back down here, the lighting here. There's a glow effect, which you can't see me turning on and off because of the example layer. But where you've put that glow, so like on the text there, you want to erase that part. And it'll give it like a really nice effect. Also maybe some of the background, might erase that. And that's looking pretty good. I can hit Control on both of these, select both these layers, Control E, and merge them again. So now if we look at the difference, you can see that it's kind of blurred the background a bit, and blurred some of the not important parts of the design. Now I'm just going to hit Control J again. And for this one, we're going to go into Filter, Other, High Pass, and keep it on 3 pixels. We're going to hit Enter. We'll change the blend mode to Overlay, and then we'll reduce the opacity to maybe 50%. And as you can see, actually I might reduce it a bit more to 25%. As you can see, if I undo it, it gives it like a slight difference. It's really like not that noticeable, but it does make it look a lot better. And we're going to hit Control J one more time. From here we're going to go Filter, Filter Gallery, and we're going to go to Glowing Edges, hit OK. And then from here we're going to change the blend mode to Screen. And then we'll reduce the opacity of this to maybe, we'll try 25. Maybe 50%. No, okay. So 25 looks good. Maybe we might reduce it just slightly more to 15. Because we don't want the effect to be too overbearing. So you see the difference, it's looking good. So I think this is pretty good, and those are the 3 effects we add at the end. Now if you see the difference between the example and this one, the main difference is the blur, but the high pass and the glowing edges do make a difference as well. And as you can see, it's looking pretty similar, but slightly different to our original one. And of course that's okay, you don't want all the thumbnails to be the same, but it's looking good. So as you can see, this is an awesome TSM Myth thumbnail tutorial, and just remember that this download link to all the assets I used in this tutorial, including the layer style, the font, and some of the images, will be in this description, as well as a PSD for the template if you want, if you don't want to do the tutorial for yourself. So guys, that is it for the video. I truly hope that you enjoyed this tutorial and that it will help you make awesome thumbnails like TSM Myth. If you want to see thumbnail tutorials of a specific YouTuber, let me know in the comments below. It can be anyone you like, and I'll try and replicate their thumbnails as best as I can and bring you an awesome tutorial for those thumbnails. Now, I just want to say a personal thank you to everyone who helped me reach 100 subscribers, because actually it truly is amazing, and I cannot believe that I've come this far. Like, I know it's only 100, it's pretty small, but like, it really is amazing, and it really means a lot to me. And if you haven't already, check out my Fortnite GFX pack that I did release to celebrate 100 subscribers, especially if you're looking to make your own Fortnite designs. So that is it for the video, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next.